Hi Capricorn, this is Steph at Finding You Tarot. I hope you're well, and it is the 12th of June 2025. I haven't been on here for absolutely ages, but I just wanted to see what the cards have for you today. It's quite interesting energy at the moment. There's a lot sort of swirling around in the sky, so do check out some of the astrology on here because there is some really interesting stuff happening. And the next few days might be quite challenging, so be careful. Always, kind of keep your own counsel. Don't open your mouth too quickly. There might be a lot of very strong and impulsive energy going on. So just be a little bit guarded and stay in your own lane and breathe. Lecture over. Let's have a look and see what the cards have for you. I don't want to take all of those. In fact, no, they're telling me I do need to take all of those because we have the Page of Wands with the Devil. Okay, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's something stopping you. There's something stopping you from something that you want to do, which feels small, but something that you have a passion for, but you're talking yourself out of it, Capricorn. But the good news is the Devil is your card. so there is a power in this. You can change this if you want to, but at the moment, and I think this might also be, I'm looking at the moment how you earn your money. I think you're spinning yourself a yarn about, oh, I can't do this. Oh, it's not going to earn me anything. Oh, it's not this. Oh, it's not that. Right. Let's get all of the cards out on the table and then we can talk about this properly. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, in your hopes and fears position is the Ace of Wands, which obviously the Page is holding. The Page of Wands holds the Ace, and he's kind of looking at it. It's right. I don't normally do this. I've been asked to take more cards. Okay. Right, okay. So as that first bunch of cards came out, I think there is something where you're talking yourself out of it. And I feel as though it's perhaps I don't think it's the first time you've talked yourself out of this this passion, this opportunity, and you've it feels as though in the past position that it's the you see this, whatever it is, and it feels professional. It feels how you gather your material resources, how you make your money, but it feels very much that you were feeling very hopeful about it, but I just can't get away from this, that you have a pattern of thinking that has persuaded you to not do it, or has persuaded you to minimize what it could be for you, because we have pages here, and pages are quite small energies. They're starts, but they're, you know, you need more action. You need action. You need knights. There is one knight here, and it's in the advice section. It's the Knight of Cups. So it feels as though this is going to require you to sort of examine your emotional state. It could also be that there is somebody who's going to come and help you with this, because court cards can often be people. But I feel as though this is more about you and your own internal struggle. And I say that because what we've got here is it's almost like there's so much promise here, and yet you're not doing it. And this Five of Wands, I always look at this card and I think self-sabotage. I feel like it's internal thinking patterns that just run and run like a script in the background, because it feels so rehearsed. When I look at this image, I see a rehearsal of a fight. You know, so it's almost like you're in a constant loop of I don't know, self-criticism, pushing yourself down, keeping yourself small. And also I feel as though the other thing with this, because it came out and it wouldn't not come out with the Three of Cups, they absolutely were glued together. I feel as though there's something here about you mistrusting other people, about you almost sort of isolating yourself a little bit from other people, because of that mistrust, because you might not want to put it out there because of what criticism might come back to you. There feels like there's a lot of fear here around but what if I do this and people don't like it, because it matters to me, and so therefore if people don't like it, they don't like me. You know, I am I therefore become the problem, not the idea, but me, my core. So it feels almost as though there's some sort of self-attack going on here. And this is, you know, this is old stuff. This is, you know, this is your devil. This is stuff from way back, that needs to be addressed. I feel but it almost feels as though it was addressed, but you know, with this Sun card here, that there was some sort of a sort of, I'm going for it, I'm doing it, you know, I am going to change my life, I'm going to make it, I'm going to live on my own terms, I am going to have that emotional, material freedom. But then, in punches the Five of Wands, you know, and you get into this big fight with yourself, and you've talked yourself out of it. You've talked yourself into it. Everybody's going to hate what I do. But you know what? I mean, as I'm looking at the at the head of the reading is the eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is at the base of the reading. And so it's almost like that you've got a disconnect between how competent you actually are and how competent you feel internally. It's almost like there is this sort of imposter syndrome going on here for you, that you know, oh, but I'm, you know, it's like if your best mate said to you, but you can do this and this and this and this, and listed all of your brilliant qualities, you would say, oh, I know, but I can't do this one thing, and that thing is so important that it just completely collapses the whole thing. You know, I've just got this sense of you as feeling very unsure of something which actually you are more than competent to do. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastery, and he is quite literally making his own money. So although the Nine of Pentacles is traditionally viewed as a card of entrepreneurship and abundance, the Eight is a truly entrepreneurial card, because this guy is literally making his own coins. And it's almost like you're completely disregarding it and going, I know, but just like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. What is enough? You know, come on, Capricorn. I'm going to get strict with you. Also, let's add 8 and 1 together and you get to 9. So you get to the card of abundance. You actually do get there. You get to the 9 of Pentacles. You are... what I don't want to do is disregard all of the, you know, the struggle that you have with your stuff, with this devil. I don't want to disregard that at all, because I know how hard it is. It is so difficult to deal with this stuff, but I feel as though you have actually been through a period where you've made a lot of progress with it. And then it's almost like it's just that last bit where fear is sucking you back into that pattern. What I want to say about where we're going with this is, you are going to have to find the bravery. And I was trying to cast around to try and find a different word, because bravery feels like a strange word to use. But as I'm looking here, we have Judgment, the Hierophant, and the Six of Cups. So this feels to me as though there is a karmic reason that you are pulled towards this page of wands. There is a karmic reason. There is a reason that you need to fulfill in this lifetime. And I'm being reminded that because the page is wearing the tunic with salamanders, he is resistant to fire. So there is no, you know, you are being protected. You have protection here, because this is part of your life path. This is part of your journey, to take on this. It feels very much that it's almost a sort of a teaching role, and because that Six of Cups is there, it feels very much that it's about you helping people to help themselves via your direct experience. So it's almost like I found a way to overcome this. It doesn't necessarily need to be a you know, a sort of inner psychological thing. It can be something like, you know, at work there was this problem with this process, and I have managed to solve it, and now I know how to solve it, so I can actually go in as a consultant and earn a lot more money than what my stingy employer wants to pay me, but, you know, on my terms, helping other companies to make to solve that problem. So it's got a kind of, I have been through a problem, I solved that problem, and now I get to utilize that for my own benefit and for the benefit of my customers. But this is the thing. Feels like that might be a little bit icky for you. Oh, I don't know. Can I do that? Can I charge that? Do I really want to take my experience and and monetize it? That can be a bit of an issue. And I'm talking, I in previous videos I've talked about, Capricorns as having a particular reputation for being kind of, business people and ruthless and climbing up the mountain and all the rest of it. And I'm not that Capricorn at all. And I know there are a lot of Capricorns who aren't. So, if you're not that stereotypical Capricorn, it'd be lovely to hear from you in the comments. So I think sometimes we just genuinely have a wish to help people. And so actually us getting something out of it for ourselves can feel a little bit icky, and a bit, I don't know, I suppose manipulative. And I think you need to get over that, because if people, the best businesses solve people's problems. Basically that's it. You know what? If you want to make loads of money at the moment, you get a gutter cleaning business. So kind of stop the water pouring over the gutter for somebody. Oh, they'll love you forever. That's the thing. If you can create something that is going to solve a problem for somebody else, then it is perfectly okay to have some sort of a financial exchange for it. That is okay, Capricorn. Come on, let's be, let's get into the real world here, and stop with this self-sacrifice as well, because this self-sacrifice is and this kind of imposter syndrome. Well, do you know what? Other people have had the opportunity to solve problems. Other people have had the opportunity to create things. We can all do that. It's okay for you to be a success. I feel as though you need, and I'm saying all of this because of this Knight of Cups. Because it's that kind of, you kind of need to give yourself some love here. It could be that there is somebody coming towards you who offers you some support, but mostly you need to offer yourself some support here, rather than just allowing these age-old scripts that have held you back and shackled you to perhaps what other people thought you ought to be. There is an opportunity here for you to be your own authentic self, and to get paid for being your own authentic self, which would be great. You have a little bit of time as well. This knight is kind of, his horse is just stopped at a ravine, but don't take too long working on how you're going to get across that river. Because we have this, this Three of Wands here. He's looking at a body of water and trying to get across it. So this is about you crossing an emotional Rubicon, an emotion, building a bridge over an emotional pattern that has not served you. You can do this because we have the world as you move forward. And in your hopes and fears, I feel like, the Ace of Wands here, which is, obviously allying strongly with that Page of Wands at the center of the reading, is saying, this is something you truly do believe in. And, do you notice that people who follow their passion, they just get success? They are the enthusiasm sucks everybody in. Your life has been leading up to this point, and now you need to take it forward. You do not have to have any more information. You have everything that you need. Now, the only thing that you need is action. But again, you need to build that bridge. You can see here, this character, he's barefoot. So he is, he is prepared to take a risk. He's prepared to stand on some glass or a thorn or something. But he's still not 100% sure of how he's going to get to the other side. And sometimes it is about just, what's that saying? And I don't know who said it or if anybody said it or if it's just some sort of, something that's sprung up. But when you take a step, the path emerges rather than waiting for the path to emerge before you take a step. This is about saying, right, I'm going to do it now. And, whether I'm ready or not, it doesn't matter. Because otherwise you will sit in this rumination, you will sit in this doom loop that's going on in your head, talking yourself out of your future forever. So don't do that, because there is a massive opportunity here, and it is to do with your fate, your fate, your destiny, your karma, whatever you want to call it. It's and it is very, very much about, taking something which you have solved and offering it to other people. And that is where your future lies. That is where your passion lies, but it is also where your material abundance lies. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. If you did enjoy this reading, please do like, share, and subscribe. As I say, if this resonates, do comment. It'd be really good to hear. And I hope this is helpful to someone. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.